Yeah. So, good morning again. So, good morning again in the So, yesterday Monday video and today Tuesday video suited on the same day. Okay. So, in last class we completed up to reactions of HA. The ethers are affected by the HA. Some more reactions. These are the out of textbook, NCERT textbook. So just remember these reactions. Okay. So dimethyl ether on reaction CO and BF3. This is the ester. Say S3COO. Okay. SCOO. Just you can remember this. Acyl chloride AlCl3, methyl chloride and ester. And BCl3, BCl5 associated will get the alkyl chloride. On reaction to BCl3, methyl chloride. Okay. That means here 3 moles of the dimethyl ether, methyl chloride, and trimethoxy borane. This one on a hydroxyl will get the methyl alcohol and boric acid. Okay, there are some reactions. Very nice. Okay, next some more reactions. This is diethyl ether on reaction Cl, excess of the chlorine, the presence of the photolite. Here all hydrogens are replaced by the chlorine through the radical mechanism. All hydrogens are replaced by the chlorine. So it is named as perchlorodiethyl ether. Perchlorodiethyl ether. Now just here, this ether is oxidized by the atmospheric oxygen. That gives a peroxide. Okay, it is an ether peroxide. This OOH. That means here there is CH bond. Between CH bond, that means carbon hydrogen, oxygen insertion takes place. So that is. So generally here, formation of the peroxides are identified by these reactions. Okay. First, suppose here to the peroxide, if that ether is converted to peroxide, on adding freshly prepared iron sulfate or more salt, that is converted to Fe plus 3. Actually, Fe plus 2, no? Fe plus 2 oxidized to Fe plus 3. If there is a peroxide, then Fe plus 2 oxidized to Fe plus 3. If ether is not converted to peroxide, this Fe plus 2 remains same. That Fe plus 2 is not oxidized. Okay? So Fe plus 3. And then adding potassium thiocyanate, KSCl, that gives a FeSCl triacid. It is a blood-blood colored compound. Generally, we discuss this reaction in identification of the nitrogen and sulfur which are present in organic compound in a Lessons test. Okay, test. Next here, to this peroxide directly we can add the potassium iodide. That is converted to I2, brown colored compound. This I minus is converted to I0. It is oxidation reaction. Okay, that is the identification reactions of the peroxides. If peroxide is present, these reactions will get the positive result. Now here this diethyl ether on heating with Al2O3 at 350 degrees centigrade or concentrate H2SO4 at 170 degrees centigrade, that produces ethene. Okay, dehydration reaction. Okay, there are some chemical reactions. Okay, write down this. Okay, and next another one. Cyclic ethers. Okay, cyclic ether. It is not present in NCERT textbook. Cyclic ether is important for JEE Advanced. Cyclic ethers. Okay, that cyclic ether linkage. Cyclic ether linkage is nothing but epoxy linkage. Okay, epoxy linkage. Okay, first suppose this is the cyclic ether. Okay, it is a cyclic ether. Okay, it is cyclic ether. The cyclic ether is named as oxirane. It is an oxirane or epoxy ethane, because cyclic ether linkage is called as the epoxy linkage. So epoxy ethane, or also called as ethylene oxide. Ethylene oxide. Why it is called as ethylene oxide? Because It is formed from the ethyl. It is formed from the ethyl by oxidation in the presence of the silver. In the presence of silver, on oxidation will get the ethyl. This ether, that's right. It is formed from the ethylene, so that's it is named as ethylene oxide. Just here, ethylene ki ethylene oxide is difference of oxygen. So ethylene oxide. For example, here, the 4-membered cyclic ether. Okay, 4-membered oxetane. This is oxetane. 5-membered cyclic ether. Oxolane. Okay, oxolane. 6-membered cyclic ether. Six-membered cyclic ether is called the oxime. 6-membered cyclic ether is the oxime. And diether. Diether. I think recently discussed this one. Dioxane. 1,4 dioxane. 1,4 dioxane. Okay. So here oxidane, oxetane, oxolane, and this is oxane. Yes, oxane. Okay, they are the cyclic ethers. Okay. So now, let's suppose CH3, CH, CH2. Okay. And this one, there are 3 carbons. So 1, 2, 3. That means here 1, 2 epoxy propane. 1, 2 epoxy propane. Okay, this is a 1, 2 epoxy propane because epoxy linkages between 1 and 2 carbons. This compound is also named as, for suppose, CH3, CH, CH2. This is the oxalane. This is the oxalane cyclic ring. So, in case of the heterocyclic compound, numbering is always started from the hetero atom, nothing but oxygen. So, in this case here, 1, 2, 3. On the second carbon, there is a methyl group. So, 2-methyl oxirane. 2-methyl oxirane. Okay? That's it. Next, CH3, CH3, this one. It is 1, 2, 3. So 2, 3 dimethyl oxirane. As 2, 3 dimethyl oxirane. Or 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2, 3 epoxy. 2, 3 epoxy. Well, epoxy linkage between 2 and 3 carbons. So 2, 3 epoxy butane. That compound is named in terms of the oxirane or in terms of the alkane. Okay. So you can name some compounds. C2H5 CH bond CH2, this one. Next C2H5 CH oxygen. See, write the names of these 2 compounds. Okay. That is the nomenclature of the cyclic ethers. Write down. Okay. So now preparation methods of cyclic ethers. Already you know that one preparation method to prepare the cyclic ether, that is alkene plus peracid. That is nothing but epoxidation. Okay. We discussed in preparation of the diodes. So diodes can be prepared by epoxidation of alkenes followed by hydrolysis. So in that reaction, that preparation of the cyclic ether is important. Okay. So that reaction again I will not discuss. It is a peracid, alkene peracid plus epoxide. Okay, alkene peracid like MCPB, peracetic acid, perbenzoic acid, metachloroperbenzoic acid. On reaction to alkene, will get the epoxide. And next one, another method, that is first suppose this alkene, I am treating with HOX. The product is formed. Now this one treating with NaOH we will get the cyclic ether. Okay, we get the cyclic ether. That's it. Now first suppose we will discuss this reaction. CH2 double bond CH2. This one treating with HOCl. HOCl addition is nothing but Cl2 and H2. Cl2 and H2. In this case, what is the product actually? CH2 bond CH2, Cl and HOCl, hypochlorous acid. Marconi partition takes place. OH minus Cl plus. So in this case, this one reading with NaOH. NaOH is a base. So that base remove the H plus. That base remove the H plus. Then here nucleophile is generated. That O minus nucleophile attacks on this carbon internally. So we will get the cyclic ether. That means here internal nucleophilic suppression reaction. Okay? Internal nucleophilic attack. That gives cyclic ether. So in this case here HOCl or Cl to HOCl. Cl to H2. Cl to H2O or HOCl. That is addition of the HOCl. First suppose this one reading with HOCl. Marconi addition takes place. So OH minus here Cl. OH minus Cl. So in this case, next NaOH, that base remove the H plus from the O minus, nucleophile generated, strong nucleophile, then the OH. So intramolecular reaction takes place. So we will get the cyclic ether like this. Okay, that is the cyclic ether. First suppose the same reaction on cyclohexene. This one reading with HOCl, OH minus Cl plus. In this case actually, we will get the trans diol OH and this one Cl. We will get the trans compound. It is the anti-addition. How anti-addition takes place in this case? Here OH minus Cl plus. So first here Cl plus attacks on the this double bonded compound. So Cl. Now this carbon carries a positive charge. By transfer of electrons to this carbon, this one carries a negative charge. That negative charged carbon bonding with Cl plus. Then this carbon carries a positive. Now here low number of electrons are present on the chlorine, so forming a cyclic intermediate. So plus cyclic chloronium ion. Now here this is attacked by the OH minus. Okay. First suppose here this cyclic chloronium ion below the plane. Now OH minus attacks on this one from the above the plane. So we will get the trans compound. Okay, already we discussed in alkenes first year topic. Now here this compound above the plane OH and Cl. We can now here this one. I am reading with NaOH, O minus and Cl. Now internal nucleophilic substitution reaction. So like this. That is the cyclic ether. Okay, there are the preparation methods for the cyclic ether. Okay. Okay, next chemical reactions of cyclic ether. So generally aliphatic acyclic ethers are less reactive, but those are affected by the concentrated acids like HA, HBr. In this case, the cyclic ethers are more reactive. Okay, it is a 3-membered ring, so highly strained ring. So it is a more reactive than the acyclic ethers. So here, the cleavage of the cyclic ethers. Cleavage of cyclic ethers in acid medium as well as basic medium. In acid medium and basic medium. Okay, cyclic ethers cleavage in acid medium and basic medium. So generally, this cyclic ether on cleavage we will get the diol. First, suppose reaction to water. Okay, this one produces diol. here this reaction takes place in acid medium as well as basic medium. First suppose this cyclic ether, acid medium and H2. Now basic medium and H2. So hydrolysis in acid medium and basic medium. So in this reaction actually products are same. Diol is the product. Already we discussed in preparation of the diols. Okay. So but here mechanism path is different. In case of the acid medium, first protonation of that either oxygen takes place. Protonation of either oxygen. Okay, because here this oxygen has a non-bonding alkanes acting as a base, so they accept the proton from the acid. So protonated ether. Now this ether, by the breaking of this carbon-oxygen bond, we will get the stable carbocation. Okay, by the breaking of this carbon-oxygen bond. Actually here we have two chances. Either this side, that means this carbon-oxygen bond, or this carbon-oxygen bond breaking. There are two possibilities. But in this case here, this carbon-oxygen bond breaking only takes place, because that produces a stable carbocation texture. Now here it is attacked by the water molecule. This water molecule acting as nucleophile. So here OH, here OH, here H plus, protonated one. So loss of H plus, so we will get the diol. Okay. So like SN1 path. It's like SN1 path. Okay. After protonation, breaking of the carbon-oxygen bond, we will get the carbocation, stable carbocation form. Next, in case of the basic medium. So in basic medium there is no protonation. So here OH minus nucleophile directly attacks. In case of the basic medium, the charged nucleophile OH minus nucleophile attacks on the less substituted carbon. It's a 100% SN2 mechanism. In this case, OH minus strong nucleophile than the H2O nucleophile. This OH minus strong nucleophile attacks on the less substituted carbon. Okay, so as a result here, it is converted to OH and this one O minus. Now, from water, it can be protonated. So diol is the product. In both cases, diol is the product. But if this oxygen is an isotopic oxygen, for suppose O18, okay, O18. In this case here, this oxygen present on, so see this one. In acidic medium, this is the 18, and now this one 18, and this one 18, and this one 18. Now in basic medium, or suppose it is an isotopic oxygen. Now in this case here 18, in this case 18. So here mechanism different, but yes, structurally products are same. If this oxygen is an isotopic labeling, that means here oxygen isotopes O16, O18 are available. So here if this oxygen is an isotopic oxygen, so in this case here we will get the different position of the OH18. So in this case here that OH18 on the tertiary carbon, here OH18 on the primary carbon. So actually here in both cases product is same, diol is the product, but here mechanism path is different. In SN1 case, that water nucleophile attacks on the most substituted carbon directly. Okay, simply I want to check that nucleophile attacks on the most substituted carbon. It is the most substituted carbon because here this carbon attached to the two methyl groups, but here this carbon is not bonding to the any alkyl group, just the hydrogen. So it is a less substituted carbon. It is a more substituted carbon. So acidic medium లో H2O nucleophile డైరెక్ట్ గా మనకి మోర్ సబ్స్ట్రేట్ కార్బన్ దగ్గర అటాచ్ చేస్తారు, మనం ప్రొడక్ట్ సింపుల్ గా రాయొచ్చు. అండ్ నెక్స్ట్ బేసిక్ మీడియం అయితే దట్ OH minus nucleophile attacks on the less substituted carbon. Okay, in basic medium there is no protonation, in acidic medium there is a protonation. Okay, see this one. This is the isobutene on treating with per-acetic acid, CH3C double bond OOH. Okay, this is the 18 actually. peracetic acid. So epoxide is formed. With the epoxidation, the oxygen addition takes place. Which oxygen is added to the alkene? The oxygen which is attached to the hydrogen is added to the alkene. Okay, so already you discussed this one. So it is a cyclic ether. Now the cyclic ether in the acid medium, I am treating with methyl alcohol. Basic medium, methyl alcohol. Addition of the methyl alcohol in acid medium as well as basic medium. Here, methoxide is the base. Okay, that is the conjugate base of the methyl alcohol. So it is the basic medium. It is the acidic medium. So in acidic medium, that nucleophile attacks on the more substituted carbon. So breaking of this one, O18H, here OCH. Okay, then loss of H plus. Okay, that is the product. In acid medium, first acid medium, protonation takes place, then nucleophile attacks. That means here this O18 becomes a OH. And next here, it is a basic medium. So in this case, CH3O minus Na plus. It is a charging nucleophile, it is a more reactive nucleophile, attacks on this cyclic ether at less substituted carbon. That means here, the two methyl groups and this carbon bonding with OCH3 and it is converted to O minus 18 and protonation from the methyl alcohol. So here OCH3 and this one OH18. Okay, there is a difference in mechanism. In basic medium, directly nucleophile attacks on the less substituted carbon. In acidic medium, nucleophile attacks on the more substituted carbon. Okay. Now first suppose another reaction. Okay, this one. So this one I am treating with the acid medium and water. Okay, acid medium and water. Now basic medium and water. So in this case, first suppose it is a 18, protonation takes place. Okay, next H2O nucleophile attacks on the more substituted carbon. Okay, this is a more substituted carbon because in this case here there is the extra one methyl group is there. Here just there is a hydrogen. So incoming nucleophile attacks on the more substituted carbon because after breaking of this bond we will get the stable carbon. So here O18. Now in case of the basic medium, nucleophile attacks on the less substituted carbon. And then breaking of this carbon oxygen bond. So here CH3, O minus and this one H followed by protonation. That means that I accept the proton from the H2O, OH18 and OH. Okay. So that just difference of the OH18 position. Okay. Now first suppose this cyclic ether I am treating with the HI. HI is a stronger acid. So strong acid. So first protonation takes place. After protonation, that is converted to carbocation. Okay, because here after protonation, this oxygen electron deficient bond. So here this bond becomes a weaker bond. So this carbon oxygen bond breaking takes place that produces stable carbocation. Now it is attacked by the I minus nucleophile. So OH and I. That is it. Okay. So some more reactions. Cyclic ether. I am treating with the NaSH. The Na plus SH minus. So it is charging nucleophile. In case of the charging nucleophile, so completely SN2 mechanism takes place. So that attacks on the less substituted carbon.
So here SH bonded to this carbon and this one becomes a O minus followed by acid workup. So OH and SH. Okay. And next, this one reading with NaCN for suppose Na plus Cn minus. So in this case, again Cn minus nucleophile attacks on the less substituted carbon. This one becomes a OH and this one becomes a Cn. So second step is the hydrolysis. Now, so already you know this reaction, methyl magnesium bromide. In this case, CH3 minus is the charged nucleophile. CH3 minus charged nucleophile attacks on this less substituted carbon. So this CH2 bonded to the CH3 and this one becomes a O minus. Followed by hydrolysis CH3OH. Next, this one reading with the methyl lithium and followed by hydrolysis same CH3 and OH. Okay.
Just charged nucleophile attacks on the less substituted carbon. Breaking of this carbon orbital followed by hydrolysis.
Next, for suppose I'm reading with the NaN3 sodium azide Na plus N3 minus. Again this N3 minus attacks on the less substituted carbon. This one becomes a OH followed by hydrolysis.
Okay. So first break here it is converted to O minus. Next step for hydrolysis. So converted to OH.
Now here this one reading with reduction with the H2 nickel. Reduction with the H2 nickel. It is converted to NH2 and OH. Okay, reduction.
H nickel, platinum, palladium, sodium azide.
Okay, and now next LiAlH4. LiAlH4 means here AlH4 minus that produces a H minus nucleophile. So H minus means here charged nucleophile again attacks on the less substituted carbon. Okay, all these reactions are same. Just charged nucleophile attacks on the less substituted carbon. So hydrogen, this one becomes a O minus by breaking of this bond. So for the hydrolysis, so H here OH. Okay. So you complete these reactions. pH and this is oxygen. So here H plus ethyl alcohol, sodium ethoxide and ethyl alcohol, reaction with HI. Okay, and then reaction with LiAlD4 followed by hydrolysis, and then next phenyllithium followed by hydrolysis.
Next, physical properties of alcohols and the ethers. So generally, the boiling point of alcohols. So with increasing molecular weight, boiling point increases. Okay. And now with increasing branching, for suppose tertiary butyl alcohol, secondary butyl alcohol and N-butyl alcohol. With increasing branching, boiling point also decreases. Okay. And now this is the dimethyl ether and this one ethyl alcohol. Between these two, which one is the higher boiling point?
that ethyl alcohol has a higher boiling point, because in this case ethyl alcohol has a hydrogen bond. So because of the hydrogen bond, all ethyl alcohol molecules get associated. So that's why that ethyl alcohol has a higher boiling point. So next, for suppose here this either has less boiling point, higher boiling point than the propane. Okay, because in this case here the carbon oxygen bond somewhat polar in nature, but it is a non-polar. So alkanes have less boiling point than the ethers, and ethers have less boiling point than the alcohol. Okay, so next, for suppose ethyl alcohol and glycol, ethyl alcohol, glycol, and then glycerol, then glycerol. Okay, in this case here glycerol has a higher boiling point than the glycol, and glycol has a higher boiling point than the ethyl alcohol. So generally here, why glycerol has a higher boiling point? Because in this case here, 3 OH groups are present. So these 3 OH groups are involved in a hydrogen bonding. As a result, there is a great association among the molecules. So generally you know that glycerin is a highly viscous liquid. So this one is a higher boiling point due to higher extension of the hydrogen bond. In this case here, 2 OH groups are involved in a hydrogen bonding. In this case here, only 1 OH group is involved in hydrogen bonding. So less extent of the hydrogen bonding, that means less association of the hydrogen, that means less association of the molecules. Okay, so glycerol has a higher boiling point and a highly viscous liquid. Okay, write down.